What do you see when you think of a rainforest? Probably the Amazon, maybe Daintree in Australia. But what about Washington State? You probably think of rain and a forest, but what about the combination? In Washington State, there is a place called the Hoh Rainforest, a World Heritage Site in one of the world's few temperate rainforests. Since it's not tropical, everything you would expect about it is different. I grew up with these trees and ferns, and I spent my summers catching Pacific tree frogs and winding through dense forest trails, convinced I was going to see a cougar right around the corner, which I never did. I truly believe that the forests of my childhood are one of the most beautiful places in the world, and when I found out how unique they were, my fascination only grew. Temperate rainforests only exist in very few places worldwide, including Pacific Northwest, the southern tip of South America, New Zealand, the southeast tip of Australia, and other spots scattered across Europe and Asia. These places have the right combination of a cool temperature and enough rain to make a temperate rainforest. The perfect habitat for some of the most amazing and strange life I've ever seen. There's trees that tower overhead like the Sitka spruce, and more types of mosses and fungi than you could imagine, making the perfect home for everything from the majestic elk to the bright, slimy banana slug. Running along the Hoh River on the Olympic Peninsula, the temperature rarely goes above 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and yearly there is an average of 14 feet of rain. Yes, feet. Taking into account fog and mist, that adds another 30 inches of rain. This creates one of the most luscious forests in the world. These rainforests are temperate and the Hoh also coniferous. This means that the trees in the Hoh rainforest not only have very large leafed trees such as the big leaf maple or the vine maple, but a majority are coniferous or evergreen. The two dominant species are the Sitka spruce and the western hemlock, Washington's official state tree. Both of these types of trees grow to very considerable sizes, often reaching over 300 feet tall and 7 feet in diameter. It's with the height of these trees that make the forest canopy. Beneath the shadow of the canopy, the forest floor is home to many different types of mosses, ferns, and lichen, which is composed of multiple types of fungi. They have even dedicated a whole trail in the forest park to moss, the Hall of Mosses. It's described as a living green cathedral. It's a sight to be seen, especially on a damp, rainy day when the moss is most lush. Besides the moss, you'll notice lettuce lichen, named for its resemblance to lettuce. It can be found growing on the trunks and branches of trees. This lichen is one of the diet staples of the black-tailed deer. The black-tailed deer is common in the Northwest, and the sight of them isn't really out of the ordinary. But in the winter and spring in the Hoh Rainforest, you may get a chance to see Roosevelt elk. Roosevelt elk head up the mountains in warmer weather. There on the Olympic Peninsula, the largest unmanaged herd of 5,000 live peacefully. These elk average between 700 and 900 pounds, so don't get too close. Although not as big, but definitely more dangerous, is the cougar. This is one that I hope you don't see up close in the wild. They may be just like a large house cat in looks and in purring instead of roaring. These large cats are skilled and cunning hunters, putting them on top of the food chain with the Olympic black bear. Big guys aside, if you look closely, you'll find some of my favorite little creatures, one of them being the banana slug. Gross, I know, but these bright yellow slugs are the second largest land slugs in the world, growing up to 10 inches long. I knew a girl who sometimes carried them around, taking up her whole forearm. Still very gross. My personal favorite, though, is the Pacific tree frog. They are smaller than an egg and usually bright green in color, but can change color between light and dark green as well as brown. And on summer nights, you can hear their chorusing chirps filling the air. Perfect way to end the evening. The Hoh Rainforest is a beautiful and unique place, home to most amazing flora and fauna. With the spruces and hemlocks looming overhead and the ferns scattered across the forest floor, and the wildlife ranging from the menacing cougar to the happy chirping frogs. It's a magnificent place that I personally am in love with, and I hope I was able to share some of that wonder with you today.